The Sonic Adventure games were the Blue Wonder's last outings on a Sega-made console, and they were simultaneously an incredible example of what the hardware could do, and really bloody weird. For example, in Sonic Adventure 1 you play as a large purple cat who spends all of his time using a fishing rod to try and rescue his best friend, who happens to be a frog given a tail by swallowing a Chaos Emerald, and that's not even one of the items on this list. So here's our list of the 5 weirdest things to happen in the Sonic Adventure games, and beware spoilers for these 20-year-old games ahead.
Come on, you big drip! Where you going?
You know nothing, fool! It's Chaos, the god of destruction!
Up until the release of the Dreamcast, the plots to Sonic games had always been pretty simple. Dr. Eggman had trapped some animals in robots, and you needed to destroy them. The robots, that is. The Dreamcast not only brought with it incredible power, but it was also unleashed into a post-PlayStation world where flagship games had to be bigger, better, and deeper. What this meant for the Sonic series was that things got really weird, really quickly. The plot of Sonic Adventure 1 focuses around Eggman's attempt to round up the Chaos Emeralds, which is nothing new. What is new is that this time he's doing it in order to feed them to an ancient water creature apparently called Chaos, who Eggman insists is the god of destruction. What follows is 5 beloved characters, and Big the Cat, facing off against Chaos in various stages of power informed by the number of emeralds he's absorbed, starting as a weird bipedal water alien, becoming a translucent dolphin, and ending up as a strange many-legged sword-tailed behemoth, before finally being defeated and the world being safe once more. Except it isn't, because apparently Sonic needed twist endings at this point in his career, and once you've completed every character's story you unlock Super Sonic's game. This is essentially a 20-minute long cutscene in which it's revealed that after you defeat Chaos for the last time and kick back to relax, he manages to find the 7th Chaos Emerald, gains its power, becomes huge, and destroys Station Square, the game's main city location. This, by the way, is something that you specifically prevented from happening in Tails' game. Thanks for teaching us that life isn't fair, Sega.
Hey Sonic! Long time no see, huh?
I'm just glad you're okay. What happened anyway? You're too good of a pilot to just crash like that.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system. It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Speaking of Tails, Sonic's fox friend is canonically 8 years old, and this is represented in the games by giving him a desire to live up to Sonic's expectations and a really annoying voice. This is all well and good until you consider the fact that not only is Tails getting involved in trouble way too deep for an 8-year-old, but he's also some kind of mechanical savant. Not only is Tails an ace pilot, first seen behind the controls of a plane in 1992's Sonic 2, he's also a super genius inventor who can create a Thunderbird-style hidden runway, a plane that can turn into a mech, and even a fake Chaos Emerald with some of the energy of the real thing. Any one of these would seem like a lot for a character to do in most fiction, but apparently Tails is just the genuine saviour of the world. His voice really is annoying though.
The ultimate life form. Chaos control.
Space
Desperation. Supersonic. Collision. Untamed power. Maria.
Professor Gerald,
The truth about 50 years ago.
Sonic Adventure 2. Last episode. Wishes are eternal.
If you thought that Sonic Adventure 1's story involving ancient gods, protective spirits and time travel was a lot to handle, wait until you get a load of Sonic Adventure 2. Shadow the Hedgehog is introduced in Sonic Adventure 2 claiming to be the ultimate life form, a statement as braggadocious as it is confusing, as anyone who has ever had the misfortune to see the aftermath of a Hedgehog versus car fight will tell you. The thing is, Shadow's claim is rooted in some canonical truth, but to get into his story we need to look at the weirdest and most apocalyptic plot involving dead family and weird science since Neon Genesis Evangelion. You see, Shadow was indeed created as the ultimate life form by Professor Gerald Robotnik, Eggman's grandfather. This was something to do with diseases or whatever. The backstory was fleshed out in later Hedgehog with a gun game Shadow the Hedgehog. But it gets even weirder there. Shadow befriended Gerald's daughter Maria, but was placed into stasis by the military because he was seen as a threat. Flashbacks show Maria imploring Shadow to do something, which he believes is her asking him to avenge her death at the hands of the military. This is borne out by Shadow helping Eggman activate a superweapon contained in a floating space colony called the Ark and threatening to blow up the entire planet. Nice and simple then. As the story goes on, Shadow realizes that Maria was imploring him to protect people rather than kill them, and he ends up teaming up with Sonic to attack the also released prototype Ultimate Lifeform, a weird and terrifying lizard which has merged with the Ark. Again, this is all explained in more detail in Shadow's standalone game, but I cannot stress how much I'm not going to play that.
There's Sonic. Eggman was right. What's that in his hand? It looks like a piece of the Master Emerald. He has no right to have that. Hey, Knuckles! Whoa! What do you think you're doing?
Both the increased emphasis on story and the extra storage available on a Dreamcast disc brought voice acting to the Sonic games, and with it, mouth animations. Terrible mouth animations. There's really not anything else to say on this one, but you can't say it's not weird. Theoretically, Sonic has always lived on a planet with human life, because otherwise how would you explain Dr. Eggman? But I mean, how would you explain him anyway? Historical canon aside, Sonic Adventure was the first Sonic game to show our anthropomorphic heroes living alongside humans. This told us two very unnerving things. Firstly, the humans didn't find it weird at all. Secondly, Sonic the Hedgehog is as tall as an average adult person. Look at this body shape and imagine it's 6 feet tall. Does that seem like something not terrifying to you? The worst part of adding human interaction to the Sonic canon though was realised some years later, where Sonic straight up made out with a human. It's been a dark time for the series since these two games.
I may not know the whole story behind this, but perhaps it's better that way.
So that's our rundown of the 5 weirdest things in the Sonic Adventure games, and there's plenty to choose from, so if you've got your own idea of what's the weirdest thing in the Sonic Adventure game, let us know in the comments below. I would love to know what your particular favourite is. If you'd like to see more videos like this, we do have a Patreon. The more subscribers we get on Patreon, the more videos we can make. It's as simple as that. We'll be putting more polls and stuff up on there too as the year goes on. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.